Hello, and as you can probably guess by the thumbnail, it's more wild camping on the cheap. Now, a lot of people do review videos on tents and sleeping bags and all that sort of essential stuff. But one thing that not many people, some, not many, talk about is your footwear. And it's pretty bloody important, really, because if your feet are knackered or wet or cold, it's just going to make the whole thing miserable. So here's my choices of good stuff I've tested out. So I think how long? Probably I've had these at least 2 years each pair, some longer. So tried and tested, but relatively cheap. Now let's start with that one. When it's warm weather, if we guarantee warm weather in the summer here in England, not always admittedly, but we do have the odd periods, don't we, where it's nice, sunny, dry ground, hard. This is what I use. Regatta Burrell. Really good boot. I've had these, I don't know, probably 3 years, something like that, maybe more, I don't know now, but a while anyway. And I've walked hundreds, if not thousands of miles in these, because they've had a real good workout over the time. And also they're the ones that I take when I go on holiday. So they've walked round, I dread to think, 10 plus probably countries around the Med sort of area. They're really good, really comfy. They're like wearing a pair of trainers, a little heavier but not a lot, mainly because of the decent sole on them. But yeah, couldn't recommend these more for dry weather walking. Although they are waterproof to a certain degree. I have been ankle deep in water on these, crossing streams and things like that. They've never let any water in. But really that style is dry weather predominantly. But yeah, Regatta Burrell, £25 or thereabouts. I don't think you can get this exact model anymore. I think there's now a Burrell Mark II. That's how long I've had these out. Yeah, they're very good. Now, for the opposite end of the scale, when it's really wet, muddy, horrible, midwinter, snow, you know, the sort of thing. As long as I'm not walking too far, although they are comfortable, pair of riggers. These are made by Sight, you see down there, which I believe is a brand for Screwfix. I'm sure it's Screwfix where I got these. They're just excellent boots. They do everything wellies can do. Yet they're fur-lined, they're warm, they're comfortable. They're not bad to walk in. I've walked a few miles in these. They're not obviously like a proper walking boot, but they're not bad. I'd certainly take these over a pair of wellies any day. They don't do the whole pulling your socks down and all that silly rubbish. And they've got the decent loops for pulling them on, which is nice. Again, had them 2-3 years, never let me down. Great in the real wet, muddy, horrible winter sort of turnout. So wouldn't walk a miles and miles with them. But if you're not going too far, that's my choice if it's rubbish. But my everyday boot, shall we say, which I suppose I could do all of those conditions in to a certain degree, is this one. These are the patrol boots from Military Mart. Full leather, very comfortable, light for this type of boot. And the reason they're light is it's got a fairly light sole. It's not a really solid sole, it's actually quite soft. Pros and cons there. Being soft and flexible on hard ground, if you're crossing rocks and things like that, it actually flexes and sort of grips quite well. If you're walking somewhere with lots of little stones, pebbly beach type thing, you can feel it a little bit through the sole, which can be a bit wearing if you're doing that for a long period of time. But to get round that, I just put a decent quality pair of insoles inside from a sports shop. Extra cushioning, fix that problem, no problem at all. But yeah, really that's the only downside with these. I really, really like these, rate these highly. Of course, full leather, so they're waterproof to a certain extent. Water's not coming in through the sides, it might come in through the laces depending on how well you've done them up. But generally, yes, waterproof, quite happy splodging about, crossing streams, through the mud, and all that sort of thing with them. They're not too hot in the warmer weather, so that's cool. And winter time, obviously, decent boots, decent pair of socks underneath, you're laughing, you're going to be fine. So yes, I could use these in theory all year round without a problem. But if it's really, really horrible and crappy, I use the riggers, because with those, I just get the hose pipe out and blow the rubbish off of them. Where these, I've actually got to clean them properly. So yeah, if it's really ridiculously bad, I'll take the riggers. And if it's really, really hot, I'll have the Regatta Burrells on, especially if I'm wearing shorts, because you look a bit odd with a pair of them shorts on. I think so anyway. I'm not exactly tubby, and I always remember my old man telling me when I stood sideways with a pair of boots on, I looked like a golf club. That's always stuck in here. So yeah, generally I could use them all year round. Very comfortable, very, very happy with these. I've got a list here. Yeah, from Military Mart, £35 for full leather boots. It's going to take some beating, and I really like them. So yeah, that's the three options that I use on the cheap, shall we say. Yes, you can get better boots. You can get, proper walking boots, that sort of thing, or hunting boots if you're doing that sort of thing. But you can also pay hundreds of pounds. And I just won't do it. It's as simple as that. So, oh, sorry about that. Those for the summer, if it's really, really warm and dry. Those nearly all the time. But yeah, my all-rounder, as it were. And the good old riggers, if it's just horrible. Or snow. They're very good in snow. There we go. That's what I use. On the cheap, but still good quality to look after my feet. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you all soon.